Capsule Machines. I love Capsule Machines. Oh my god, there's like so many of them. Look at this, even more. I used to spend a lot of money when I was a student, and even though I was broke, I used to like go to these machines every day and, you know, $2, $1, twist these things just to get little toys that eventually I throw away. It's really sad. Very bad spending habits, but still, you know, nothing beats the cheap thrill of like opening a capsule to find a toy that you probably would not like. This leaves nothing to the imagination. You know, I think Daryl would enjoy this. I'm gonna probably get this as a post-Christmas gift. I'm here with Rory Slingo of Simply Toys. He works here, and he's also a toy collector for many years.
Basically, the good buys over here will be like all the statues and movie collectibles, replicas and stuff like that. Basically the higher end stuff, because we are the distributor for all these things. Companies like Sideshow, Gentle Giant, Master Replicas, EFX. So all these companies, they produce all these high-end collectibles, and most of them are limited editions. So they will do limited runs of say 1,000 pieces, 1,500 pieces, and they hold their value over time. Okay, for example, these lightsabers. These were produced by Master Replicas. You can see the limited editions over there. It's like 1,500 pieces.
Yeah.
So they'll come with the plaques, and they'll tell you the edition size and everything.
Is it deliberately like dirty?
Yes, because this is the version 2. See, for Luke Skywalker, there were 2 versions. There was the hero version, which they used for close-ups, and that was all pristine condition.
Yeah.
This was the second version, which they would use for actual filming. You know, actually, a lot of the props that they make in films, they're not really very detailed or well made, because they always film from further away. So, but when you create a collectible for someone, you know, they want to look like really good, really detailed and stuff, and so they put all these like little extra things in.
Right.
Yeah. Here we've got like replica of the Star Wars helmets.
Yeah.
That's a life-size replica of Boba Fett. You know, very popular character from Star Wars. So you can use that for display, or it's actually wearable. You could use it as a costume if you want, but unlikely because you're gonna mess it up.
And how much would the lightsaber cost?
Those lightsabers are around 600 to 700 plus. But those are the retail prices. When they're out of stock and you can't get them anymore, then that's when the value starts to go up. And you see them going for crazy prices on eBay and stuff. Yeah.
How many pieces are there in Singapore?
In Singapore, depends. Certain pieces will get like maybe anywhere from 12 to 2,000 pieces, maybe more. But I can't give you exact figures because every piece is different. Sometimes it depends on pre-orders, how many pre-orders we get. So sometimes we don't even have any left for like walk-in customers. So we have to disappoint a few people. Okay, so this is our zoo area. We call it the zoo because it's behind this iron gate, and this is where we keep all our larger high-end collectibles. So we keep it out of range of the customers that like to
Touch
and all that, you know. So for their safety and the statues. Yeah. So okay. Here we have Superman statues from the movie Superman Returns. Yeah. We've got 4.
It really looks like Kevin Spacey.
I know, that's good, right? Yeah, and he's holding a piece of kryptonite at the back as well. Yeah, that's awesome. And then these are from Kong. Even that dinosaur down there. Yeah, that's from Kong, not Jurassic Park.
Is RoboCop very popular? Because I love the movie. Not that popular.
Yeah, doesn't seem to be that popular in Singapore. I know there are RoboCop fans, but maybe they're not willing to spend that much on a high-end collectible like this one. They probably prefer like the action figures, that kind of thing. Yeah.
Because they have a longer relationship with action figures.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. And also the price difference is a lot. I mean, it's like 10 to 12 times more for something like this than an action figure. So there's the price barrier as well. Okay, this Terminator is in half scale. So what that means is that, like the one outside, that's 1:1 scale. So this one is in half scale. That means it's half the height of that one. So if it was 6 foot in real life, this would be 3 foot. Yeah, and this one, the eyes light up, the base lights up. Yeah, it's really cool.
What about you? I mean, how long have you been collecting toys?
Oh, collecting toys, 97, 98, I guess.
10 years?
Yeah, about 10 years.
And how much is your personal collection worth?
Ooh, oh, probably, I don't know, anything from 10 grand onwards. Yeah.
And I mean, you work here. It must be tempting to like buy the stuff that you see every day.
Oh yeah, definitely. Well, in the past, I used to spend pretty much most of my paycheck on all this stuff. But nowadays, you know, there's so many things now, especially compared to when I first started working and when I first started collecting. Back then, it was just, you know, Star Wars and Transformers. I mean, there wasn't even such thing like reissues. It was just like vintage stuff. Yeah. Now you've got reissues, reissue this, reissue that. Everyone's going back to the old, what they call retro toys, you know, redoing it and updating it, modern versions, and you know, and there's so many different companies doing all kinds of replica stuff now. So you really have to be really focused and really pick what you like. Even though it looks nice, sometimes, you know, you got to really focus. You can't just buy everything because it looks nice, especially now. I mean, there's so many things that look nice, but you got to keep it down to what you really like, otherwise you could go crazy. So, yeah, nowadays I treat everything in the shop like they're mine. So that way I don't have to buy them and bring them home. So this is like part of my personal collection as well. So I come to work and I see it every day. So I keep it here, I don't bring it home.
Yeah, it's good to delude yourself that way.
Yep, everyone should work in a toy shop.
But have you made a profit from your toy collection? From selling some parts of your toy collection?
Yeah, I do. But I've also made losses as well, so it kind of balances out. Yeah. Not everything goes out in price. You know, you win some, you lose some. Yeah.
All right, let's go to this corner. Yeah. Is this a scary corner?
Yeah, this is our horror corner.
I love horror films, by the way.
You do?
Yeah.
Yeah. Horror film fans in Singapore are very rare.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm a huge horror fan. In fact, when I came in, right, to be honest, I'm not a Transformer or a big Star Wars fan. I like the movies, but I don't collect. But when I saw your Nosferatu bust, I was very impressed.
See, that's interesting because I don't know why Singapore doesn't seem to have a lot of like horror fans, especially the old black and white films and all that kind of classic stuff. I guess maybe they never showed it in Singapore back in the day or something. But yeah, horror and all that seems to be a very American thing. American collectors are like really big into this stuff. And that's actually how a lot of these statue companies, that's how they started off. They started off doing garage kits of, you know, old black and white films, all the old Twilight Zone stuff, you know, all the monsters, and they started doing kits of that. And from there, they saved up their money, and then they paid the big movie studios for the licenses to do the movie character stuff. So a lot of them started from there, like Sideshow and all that. And they used to do like the old 12-inch figures as well. And then now they've like stepped up to all these bigger statues and stuff, like pre-painted statues.
I'm here at Toy Outpost, where they have a very novel concept of renting out these glass lockers where you can put like toys that you don't want anymore and put them on sale. So let's go in. Now the lockers cost a minimum of $60, and then they go all the way up to $200. So they've still got empty lockers, and what you do is that you put your stuff in there, and then eventually, hopefully, somebody will buy them, and hopefully you can make a profit. But let's check out the wares. Wow, I remember Spurs for when I was a kid, and I used to collect these things, but now they're all gone, obviously. Now they cost about $8.50 to $12 to $15. They're really cool, and yeah, brings back good old memories.
And my life can't be the same.
It's not just toys. There are also like unwanted swimwear, as well as branded bags. This might also be a good place to find really old toys like antique Ultraman and Godzilla figurines. Look into this particular locker. You can find Ultraman still wrapped in its plastic, although the plastic is very, very old. And there's some of the monsters that Ultraman always fights. One good thing about this place, I suppose, is that you know how you go into those machines and then you have to twist them, and depending on your luck, you might get the toy that you want or some other toy. Well, this place eliminates the luck factor. I mean, you obviously get what you want just by looking at it, and they cost at least $4 or $4.90, and then they go up all the way to $25 or $30. I'm here with a customer who just bought a very rare version of Sandman. He's paying $13 for it. Is it worth it?
Quite yes, because it's quite cheap.
It's quite cheap because outside it's about 20 plus, right? Yeah. And he's been looking for the Sandman for a while now. Sandman from Spider-Man, and he's finally found something here.